Buddy, good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Let's talk about every game happened on February 21st, Friday. The first one is the Knicks. Yep, it's a little bit embarrassing. 105, 142. They lost by 30 plus points, almost 40 points. I think I said this before. The Knicks, they can beat bad teams by playing their starters 40 plus minutes. No problem. They can beat bad teams. And in the East, right? They can if they're a second or third seed, probably they're going to be the third seed, right? They can win a playoff series. But if they play the Celtics or they play the Cavs in the second round, they're kind of cooked. Um, but anything can happen. But I just don't know. Karl Anthony Towns played all right, 23 points, 7 rebounds. Because of the blowout, the minutes finally, Tom Thibodeau played everybody below 30 minutes. Finally. Another thing is, if they have make a play deep off wrong, everybody's going to be injured. Just like last year, there's a reason everybody got injured because they were playing such high minutes during the regular season. It's going to catch up to you. Jalen Brunson, 26 points, played okay. Mikal Bridges, and OG came back the first game, a little bit rough, but that's all right. He'll be back. Precious Achua, Josh Hart is still out, so he's the guy that we could continue to have. And, if Josh Hart is out, I think Miles McBride could be someone we stream, but they just had their back-to-back, so you probably already lost your opportunity. For the Cavaliers, not much to talk about, to be honest. All the main guys play well. Mobley, especially with 3 steals and a block. Garland struggled a little bit, 2 for 12. But Cavaliers, they're rolling at the moment, and at least in the regular season, they beat a lot of good teams as well. The next one is the Grizzlies. Oh, this is a close one. They beat the Magic 105-104. Jaren Jackson Jr. had some foul trouble, but got to the line 11 times. 1 steal and 3 blocks, 16 points. Let's see if his block rate goes up, because we know that if he wins Defensive Player of the Year, he's eligible for a max contract. And with Wemby out, he has a case for himself if he can get those blocks, right? He got 1 steal and 3 blocks. Let's see. He wasn't blocked that many shots, and this game, the first game after Wemby gets injured, he gets 3 blocks. Let's see. Let's monitor. If he can get more blocks, it obviously helps in fantasy a lot. And you can see that he had 4 fouls. I don't think if it's a coincidence. There's sometimes, if the guy is going for more blocks, he's going to be in foul trouble more. So that sometimes could have a negative impact on the overall fantasy output, because if he's on the court, he's going to be scoring and doing other things. Desmond Bane played okay, 2 threes, and Ja Morant had 7 turnovers. He took 24 shots. Ja Morant is just not the same guy he was last year. So let's see. He's still very, very young. I don't know if the injury is still bothering him. Santi Aldama played 31 minutes off the bench with Jaren Jackson Jr. in foul trouble. He's always could be a very good streamer, right? Brandon Clark, same thing. If there's a back-to-back, Santi Aldama, Luke Kennard, Brandon Clark, all these guys have some streaming value. Zach Edey, Jalen Wells. I don't know why Jalen Wells only plays 70 minutes. If he got hurt, did he get hurt? I'm not sure. For the Magic, oh my God, Ben Carroll. My God, he was a -10 again. He's not a winning player, dude. At least not in the last month. We haven't seen his plus minus has been absolutely horrible. And it's not like he's putting up good numbers either. Another game goes 5 for 21. Are you kidding me? He's like that guy in the rec center. Just go 5 for 21. Shoot 10% every game. Yeah. Not good. Fred Wagner, meanwhile, is playing pretty well, to be honest. 25 points, a steal and 2 blocks. Wendell Carter Jr., they decided to start him to, I guess, have more spacing. Grabbed 11 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds, 2 steals. Yeah, we could roster him or stream him for sure. And Gogo Badazi, I think at this point, he just become a streamer for some blocks and rebounds. He still have 4 blocks here, but he's not getting 25 minutes even. Cole Anthony, right now, we need to roster him over Anthony Black. After the All-Star break, they just made a switch. They're like, yeah, we're going to go with Cole Anthony. And, of course, Jalen Suggs is still out. So let's roll with Anthony and just see how things go. Even when Jalen Suggs comes back, maybe he can still get 25 minutes. KCP had 1-3. Yeah, just a streamer. The next one, the Bucks beat the Wizards 104-101. The Bucks this game they didn't have Damian Lillard because it was a back-to-back. Giannis had 6 fouls in 19 minutes. That's wild. And also had 7 turnovers. So Giannis really struggled here, but the Wizards is just no good. The Bucks still beat them, even with Giannis playing 17 minutes. Kyle Kuzma, he was a positive plus 12 versus his former teammate. And in this game, I forgot Kyle Kuzma playing his former team, and Chris Middleton is playing his former team. It's got to be a big moment for Chris because he's been with the Bucks for how long now, and he got traded and played 24 minutes starting. I don't think this is the right move. I mean, eventually they should have Bob Carrington playing 4 minutes starting. So let's see what happens with the Wizards rotation. For now, Chris Middleton, if he's on the waiver wire, let's just pick him up. Who knows? Maybe they give him 30 minutes somehow. For the Bucks, not much to talk about. Brook Lopez playing a lot better, getting those defensive stats after the All-Star break with 9 rebounds, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. So that's great. Gary Trent Jr. goes 4 for 13. My God. Yeah, I don't know how Bucks win this game. They didn't shoot the 3 that well either. I guess the Wizards is worse because Keyshawn George goes 1 for 11. Yeah, don't do anything stupid. He's the must roster. You see here, he goes 1 for 11. He still played 34 minutes with Chris Middleton. So they want to give him more minutes. 9 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks. Amazing game, in my opinion, even though he didn't shoot the ball well. But the usage is good. He still got 11 shots off. Alex Starr, he actually had a big game with 2 steals and a block and 22 points. He took 19 shots. So I guess he was open for a reason. He hit some threes. Bila Coulibaly, you could still roster him, but in the playoffs, for sure, he's one of those guys you can look to get rid of. If you're looking to win like a particular category, and he was your worst player. Jordan Poole. So obviously with Chris Middleton, Jordan Poole is now the point guard. I don't know that's gonna impact him. He had a pretty horrible game here as well. Missed all his threes. But we know Jordan Poole is inconsistent. They also have Marcus Smart on this team. He plays 17 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why, you're giving all these guys minutes. There's really no point. And Bob Carrington, he was playing really, really well. And now Middleton just crashed the party. If you want to drop him, I think that's okay. Because you might need to wait for 2 weeks before they start him again, right? You might need to wait till Chris Middleton to get hurt again. But the right thing is they should give minutes to the younger guys, which I don't know what Wizards going to do. Or how long we have to wait, The next one is the Miami Heat. Beat the Toronto Raptors. The Heat, despite everything, they're still kind of competing for a playoff spot. At least they're the 8th seed. So great win. Tyler Hero played 40 minutes. He probably needed the All-Star break rest. 28 points, 4 threes is great. And Kel Ware, he's been struggling. He hasn't been getting a lot of minutes, but his upside is there. Like he's not a guy that we just drop. So yeah, it's been rough, but 6 rebounds, a steal and a block is still okay in my opinion. Andrew Wiggins played 42 minutes, so maybe it helps his fantasy game a little bit playing with the Heat. They're gonna give him a lot of minutes. 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 threes is great. And Ben Adebayo, 12 rebounds is okay, but not much else. 19 points. And interestingly, they started Davion Mitchell and played him 34 minutes. If they like him, they're gonna give him minutes. So I think then he has some value, right? Some assists, some steals, some threes. 16 points and a steal here is pretty good. So yeah, let's pick him up actually and just see how his minutes. And Miami Heat, they change their rotation all the time. So, and also this game, Terry Rozier only gets 15 minutes. I think there will be some games Terry Rozier gets more minutes, but we'll see. Duncan Robinson now came off the bench, plays just 23 minutes. Nikola Jovic is another guy that I think has some good potential, or he had a good stretch. This game he played 35 minutes, 5 minutes, and I think he needs to be rostered in my opinion. Still, he's sometimes still inconsistent, But in category leagues, he just provide you so many different categories that I think the upset is worth it just because he provides so many different categories. Like especially when I'm talking about assists, steals, and blocks. So kind of a unique, and he can get some threes as well. Because he's a big guy, he's gonna get some blocks and assists. Those two categories are pretty hard to get on the waiver wire. Assists and blocks, and sometimes let's say you're in a situation. I'm trying to argue why Jovic could have a lot of value is, let's say you have a lot of assists and you play a team who also have a lot of assists. So you guys are probably already maxed out in point guards because point guards get you a lot of assists. So when you try to stream, right? Or that's why like when you have a guy like Jokic or Jovic, an out of position guy who give you a lot of assists, and then let's say you're in the week, you're trying to win assists, you guys both pick up a bunch of point guards with 4 or 5 assists, right? There is a limit on how many point guards you could have, or there's a limit how many point guards you can play. I think the most is 5. Yeah, the most is 5 every night. So something to think about, but Jovic, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals and block. I like it. In category leagues, especially for the Toronto Raptors, Emmanuel Quickly, good to see him finally playing high minutes. That's great, but he was a minus 15, while Scotty was a minus 25. He had a pretty horrible game. Meanwhile, RJ, he was not playing well. This game, obviously very good, 29 points, 4 threes. But at the end of the day, RJ, with everybody back, now really his value is just the points. So something to think about when you go into the playoffs, right? I mean, he hit some threes, but that's fine. You can get guys like that on the waiver wire, who can hit 50% more threes than him. It's really just the points. Points is very valuable, I understand, but just efficiency, right? Shot okay from the free throw line, but yeah. Because after everybody comes back, he's not averaging those 6 assists a game anymore, right? Probably only 3-4 assists a game. That's still good, but just he really just become that one category and hurts you in like 2 or 3. And they started Orlando Robinson with Pirtle out, so we could stream him as long as Pirtle is out. And Grady Dick, I don't think he's a must roster. With everybody playing, he only took 7 shots. 3 steals and 10 rebounds is impressive, but I think you're better off streaming that spot. The next one, Detroit beat the Spurs 125-110. I think a great win for Detroit, by the way. But I think for the Spurs, you really got to think about. I don't know if in your league you can still trade, but trade De'Aaron Fox, trade Chris Paul. Trade Chris Paul for sure if you can. De'Aaron Fox, who knows? They might play him. I don't know. But CP3, 100%, you got to really try to trade this guy, and Devin Vassell too. Because now Wemby's out for season. Come on, there's no I don't really see a reason Spurs should. Because if you're gonna be in the playoff, you want Wemby to get that experience, right? You don't want CP3, a 40-year-old CP3, to get playoff experience. And most of the team, to be honest, you just never know. Like they don't really have long-term plans with any of these players other than De'Aaron Fox. So, just a horrible situation in fantasy. That your team is kind of out of the playoffs and your best player just got hurt. So what are you gonna do? For Detroit, Detroit is balling. I mean, Kate Cunningham has just been amazing this year. Just the number of assists he gets is pretty crazy. 12 assists here again, 25 points and 2 threes in just 30 minutes. Malik Beasley, he doesn't need minutes. He's just gonna hit 4 threes every game. 4 threes here, 16 points. Tim Hardaway Jr. also hit some 3 threes. That's fine. Jalen Duren, what a game from him. 21 points, 15 rebounds. And Tobias Harris also has been playing so much better as of late. All-Star Thompson only 24 minutes because of the blowout. So I'm also pretty, I think he also needs to be picked up just because the All-Star brothers, they just have so much upside. For the Spurs, not much to talk about. They got blown out, kind of. De'Aaron Fox had 27 points and 4 steals, but he was a minus 35. But, yeah, I mean, Stephon Castle is probably the guy that we want to have. He only played 13 minutes, but I think as we get to the end of the season, he should be getting more and more minutes. The next one is somewhat close. Dallas Mavericks 103-111. For the Pelicans, they played. So Messi is still playing. What actually a big game from him, 10 rebounds and 4 blocks. You could have him, but just so many games he just doesn't do anything. So that's the frustrating part with Messi is I don't know when is the next time he's gonna have a full block game. Maybe not for the rest of the season. And then he got 5 offensive rebounds. Otherwise, it's like 6, 7 rebounds. It's still good, but he's not like a Walker Kessler who can, or Donovan Killigan, if he gets minutes, right? Donovan probably gonna grab 13 rebounds, 12 rebounds if he played 30 minutes, which is probably not gonna happen. But but Messi playing 30 minutes, he doesn't get that many rebounds anyway. And interestingly, they played Kelly Olynyk with Zion Williamson in the lineup. So let's see, Kelly Olynyk's minutes might be another situation. A tanking team just started playing Olynyk, and he put up top 20 numbers. He's down a couple times. I think there's one year when he was on the Rockets, if I remember correctly, he was putting up top 20 numbers toward the end of the season. Zion Williamson, this is why, if he's healthy and playing, he put up numbers. You obviously have to pound free throw with him, but 29 points, 2 steals, 11 for 15. This is the underrated part of about Zion's fantasy is that he give you such a huge field goal boost, and he give you a lot of points. That's a rare combination, right? If you look at the most, Shea obviously scored the ball very efficiently. Jokic, you don't have that many guys who's going to average over 25 points and shoot 50%. So if you get a couple guys like that on your team, your team could be in a really good situation in category leagues because you get a lot of points, and then your field goal is super high. But with Zion, obviously you pound free throws. Trey Murphy played well. He didn't play well. 7 for 19, 20 points, 4 threes, but still what a line. 6 assists, 2 steals, 4 threes. He's mainly a 3-and-D guy, but he got 6 assists here, which is great. CJ also played okay, but when they're gonna rug pull CJ's minutes, why are they playing him? Jose Alvarado came off the bench. He still got some nice minutes, so yeah, he needs to be rostered. Had 3 steals and 4 assists, 7 rebounds. He's a must roster in my opinion, as long as he's getting 30 minutes. For the Mavericks, great win. PJ Washington popped off with 24 points, 2 steals and a block. Great. Kyrie Irving, great. 35 points, 5 threes. And Max Christie, he's an absolutely must roster. Came off the bench, had 30. Just efficiency is just insane. 16 points. He's a team best plus 24. They have to give him more minutes. I don't know why they're not starting him. They're starting Dante Exum. I don't know what's the point. They should give him 37 minutes a night. He's also young. Klay Thompson had 4 threes, but they kind of keep his minutes low, to be honest. And Kessler Edwards is starting at the center position. Yeah, they're waiting for AD to come back, but I just don't know. This Mavericks team, they said with the Luka trade in the short term they're better. Let's see. Let's see when AD comes back fully healthy. If they're in the East, maybe they can beat some bad teams. But in the West, it doesn't really matter who they match up against. If they're I'm just looking at they're right now the 8th seed, right? And let's see, play Thunder. You have no shot with AD. You got a shot with Luka of winning the series. Well, the Rockets, this is actually a big game for playoff implications. The Rockets beat the Timberwolves at home 121-115. They still don't have Randall back, but I don't think Timberwolves really needed Randall. After this loss, they're the 7th seed. And Anthony Edwards, again, I know he's a great 3-point shooter, but he took 14 of them and he took 32 shots. It's just take too many shots. I don't know. Why not give Mike Conley a couple shots? He's a great 3-point shooter. Yeah. Dante DiVincenzo is still out, so maybe when he does come back, he can take some of the offensive load off him. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I remember when he was with the Pelicans, he's a great offensive player. Like, he will sometimes drop 30 points. But on this team, he goes 4 for 5 from 3, and he only takes 5 threes. Why not run more plays for some of these guys? Because I think they can all get some buckets. Jaden McDaniels played 41 minutes. He's been playing great. Jaden McDaniels. 21 points, 2 steals and a block. He's a must roster. Right, beginning of the season, he wasn't doing much. He wasn't getting defensive stats. He wasn't that much involved with the offense. Now he's doing it all with Randall out. So I don't know what happens when Randall comes back. On this game, Rudy Gobert is also out. So Naz Reid has been balling as well with no Gobert, with no Julius Randle. Right, another great game. He put up numbers. We all know that. But Rockets got the win. And okay, so this is, Fred VanVleet was out the other day, yesterday, and Amen Thompson, with Jabari Smith coming back. Jabari Smith, first game back, he played 38 minutes. He fouled out. Amen Thompson still got the start. So it looks like they're just going to find minutes for Amen Thompson. They're going to give him 30 minutes, so that's good for his fantasy. Hold on to, he had an amazing game. 7 for 9, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Oh my God, he's balling. Jalen Green had an amazing game with 35 points and 5 threes. But I think with everybody healthy, there will be games he doesn't even get 30 minutes because they wanted to have more defense toward the end of the games. If they have like a 10-point lead or something, maybe. Emperor Şengün, his problem is he has a lot of turnovers. 8 turnovers here, and he goes 8 for 21. He's not a great free throw shooter. So Şengün's fantasy, he's not that efficient. He turned the ball over a lot, and he also is a bad free throw shooter. So next year, I don't know if he really is going to improve. The counting numbers look fine. It's just the efficiency, the true shooting, pretty horrible, and a lot of turnovers. Taro Eason, 1 steal and 2 blocks. Yeah, I think in the short term, we got to have him. If Fred VanVleet is out, continues to be out for sure. He also has amazing fantasy. If he gets consistent 30 minutes, I think he's a top 50 player. Moving on to the next one, the Oklahoma City Thunder. When you play the worst team, that's what happens. 130-107. Not much to talk about. Shea only 21 points, but had 1 steal and 3 blocks, 8 assists. Shea's points have been going down a lot. I think teams maybe started double team him a little bit. They're still winning though, but if the Grizzlies they make a run and Jokic putting up 30-point triple doubles, the MVP might still go to Jokic. Because the Thunder team, god damn it, they're just so good. I know they played the Jazz team, who is not great for their 3-point defense, but look at it. You have Jalen Williams, 18 points, 4 for 7. Chet Holmgren didn't shoot the ball well, okay. But then you have guys off the bench. Shea, obviously, he's not a great 3-point shooter. You have Alex Caruso, Caruso maybe is not a great 3-point shooter, but like Aaron Wiggins is a great 3-point shooter, over 40%. Cason Wallace, he's kind of young, but Kendrick Williams can also shoot the 3. Isaiah Joe is a really good 3-point shooter. You have all these guys, and Lou Dort, he's not known for his shot, but more for defense. But so many snipers can come off the bench and have a great game. Right? They all shot the 3 pretty well here. But again, Jazz is the bad defensive team. We understand that, but this OKC team is just so stacked. Chet Holmgren had 3 blocks, 20 points, also played well. Yeah. And then you have Isaiah Hartenstein protecting the rim, 13 rebounds and a block. For the Jazz team is very interesting. Isaiah Collier, I think at this point we all know he's a must roster. 28 minutes, he dished out 12 assists. Come on, he's a must roster. So now I think Keontae George actually has been playing better since he came off the bench and not the point guard, I guess. He's shooting the ball much better. 20 points, 5 threes, 6 assists. So look, if you want a Keontae George and you're okay dealing with his inefficiencies, I think he has some value. Jordan Clarkson too. But it almost feels like when Jordan Clarkson is healthy, Colin Sexton is going to be out of the lineup, and the other way around. They're just like planning their injuries to make sure that both of them are not, they're not healthy at the same time. It feels like Walker Kessler, whenever he plays, what a game. 19 rebounds and still in a block. Whenever he plays, he put up good numbers, but they also started resting him. John Collins, yeah, whenever he plays, he's just being absolutely amazing. Not so much with Lauren Markkinen. He's one of the most disappointing picks this year. Next year, pay attention to him. You might be able to get him cheap. Maybe fifth or sixth round. He could easily be a top 20 player next year. Something is going on with him this year, but we just don't know what's going on. Also, they just really have nothing to play for. They just want to tank. The next game, wow. The Warriors, 132. Yeah, they are, they're just different. After the Jimmy Butler trade, I don't know. Steph Curry is just a plus minus 0. You don't really see that very often. While Draymond was a plus 23. You don't want to play Warriors in the first round. You don't want to. Even if you're the Thunder. You'd rather play... the Warriors is going to be a pretty dangerous team in the first round. Probably the most dangerous 8th seed ever. Who knows? If you're the Grizzlies, maybe Denver, you're not afraid Warriors that much because you got a lot of experienced guys. But if you're a young team, Warriors is not a team you want to play in the first round. And the Warriors, they're being, they're 6-4, right? They're now the 9th seed. And then you have Phoenix Suns lost 4 straight to 11th seed. So they're gonna make the play-ins at least, I think, given how things are looking just at this moment. Podziemski, yeah, need to roster him. I think now they just want to give him a lot of minutes. 21 points, 5 assists, 2 threes is great. They have Buddy Hield came off the bench. Okay, that's. I don't think Steve Kerr is particularly high on Buddy Hield. He doesn't give him a lot of minutes for whatever reason. Maybe just on defense, he's not doing his job. He's obviously a very elite three-point shooter. 5 threes here. So if you want to just continue to stream him, have him, see what happens, you could. But I don't think he's ever on Warriors. He's ever going to get consistent 30 minutes. So that's just not going to happen. Draymond, what a game. 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 blocks. Yeah, if Draymond is locked in, right, he's a great fantasy player. A lot of defensive stats and assists and some rebounds. Jimmy Butler, 7 for 7 from the line is great. 3 steals, 17 points. Just doing Jimmy Butler things with 7 assists. That's really good for fantasy. Actually, Jimmy Butler, the category he gives you, really, really good. Like the assist, the free throws. Probably the free throws, I think, is probably the hardest category to stream. And then maybe points and then like maybe points is the next one, hardest category to stream. But free throws is like, like guys on the waiver wire, they don't have high usage. And then you have Jimmy Butler, let's say he gets to the line 7-8 times at an 88% clip. That's huge. You don't get that on the waiver wire ever. So that's great. And Moody. And Kuminga is still out, so let's see if Warriors can make a push this year. Malik Monk, we have high hopes for him since De'Aaron Fox trade, but he just hasn't been playing well. The minutes is great, but he's been struggling. DeRozan played amazing. 34 points, 10 for 10 from the line. But Kings is kind of in a similar situation with, oh my God, Markelle Fultz is on this team. I think the Sacramento Kings in a similar situation versus the Knicks is just give all the starters 35 minutes and nobody, even Keon Ellis only got 22. Like, not much value for everybody else. Zach LaVine had 2-3, was a minus 24. The Warriors is also a great defensive team. So now with Jimmy Butler, he could definitely buy in. And, I think it'll be interesting for this playoffs for the Warriors especially. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.